Welcome to the Boxing Hour with Marc Abrams. We are renaming the show, but it's going to be the same format. Lots of news, previews, interviews with all the top fighters, and like we said, the latest boxing news and commentary. We're just going to be calling it the Boxing Hour with Marc Abrams. Got a big show for you this week. I got three big interviews. Wendy Toussaint, Angel Perez, and Antonio Perez, that's his twin brother. Antonio Perez and Justin Pauldo will join us this week. All are fighting this weekend. Let's start off last Saturday night in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay in a big upset. WBA number 15 ranked super middleweight Jose Armando Resendiz scored a 12-round split decision over Caleb Plant to win the WBA super middleweight championship. Scores are 116-112 on two cards. For Resendiz, 115, 113 for Plant. That scorecard was a little out there, in my opinion. But nonetheless, the right guy got his hand raised, and that was Jose Armando Resendiz. It was a close fight through the first four rounds or so. Then Resendiz definitely won at least five, if not all six of the final rounds over the second half of the fight. Plant, I don't know if it was something that he got on right in front of us during the fight, or he just had a bad night. I'm going to chalk it up. He just had a bad night because he was doing okay early, and then the last half of the fight, Resendiz took the fight over and got the victory, and he's now a player in the 168-pound division. That fight messed up, at least we think messed up, plans for a showdown between Plant and Jamal Charlo as Charlo came back after a 2+ year absence to stop Thomas Lamanis 1 second into round 6 of their super middleweight fight. Charlo dropped Lamanis 3 times, battered him up pretty good. The fight was stopped, like you said, 1 second into round 6. The doctor was in the corner of Lamanis. The bell rang, and then he stopped the fight. But a pretty good performance by Charlo, all things considering everything he's been through the last couple years. Charlo now goes to 34-0 with 23 knockouts. Lamanis drops to 39-6-1. WBA number 1 ranked middleweight Yoneli Hernandez went to 8-0 with 7 knockouts. He went the distance for the first time, but won every round, scored a knockdown, defeated our guest from last week, Kyron Davis. That fight, like I said, that was all part of the Amazon card as well. So, it was a pretty entertaining night of boxing at the Michelob Ultra Arena inside the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. The night before, and just down the street, the Virgin Hotels in a WBA super middleweight elimination bout. And you see what's going on here. A lot of super middleweight action, and what could be the next bout for Resendiz. Bektamir, the bully Melikuziev, won a razor-thin 12-round unanimous decision over previously undefeated Darius Fulgham. Scores were 114-112 on all cards. This fight was a back-and-forth tussle. Every time Beck, the bully, started taking control of the action, Fulgham came back and did well to maybe surge ahead in the round. So it was an up-and-down fight for both guys. In fact, the fight was even going into the 12th round, 10-8 round for Melikuziev and round 12 for the knockdown. And that's how you get 114-112 for Beck, the bully. He's now in line for a title shot. Can we see Resendiz against Melikuziev? Could be an interesting fight there. Friday night, Guadalajara, Mexico. Khalil Coe, the big stepper, got even with Manuel Gallegos, stopped him in 5 rounds to avenge his only professional defeat, which happened in November in Philadelphia when Gallegos stopped Coe in 9. Khalil Coe, who had some really great performances and some, middle of the road performances. Best performance as a pro last Friday night, dominated Gallegos, got his revenge, and now he's been back on the right track in the light heavyweight division. Co-features saw the former IBF super bantamweight champion Murajan Akhmadaliev, otherwise known as MJ, tune up for his fall outing with Naoya Inoue as he stopped Luis Castillo in round 8 of their 10-round, 122-pound super bantamweight fight. Good performance by Akhmadaliev. He goes to 14-1 with 11 knockouts. Castillo falls to 31-7. This week, not anything major, but a lot of good, solid cards are on the schedule. Friday in Verona, New York, the Hall of Fame weekend at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino, and live on the zone. Brandon Moore, 17-1, 10 knockouts, takes on Stanley Wright, undefeated fighter, 14-0 with 11 knockouts in a heavyweight bout. Also on the card, Franchon Cruz has earned 9-2, 2 knockouts, defends her WBA, WBC super middleweight titles against relatively novice Satali Ortiz, 4-1, 1 knockout. And also Joseph Hicks, 12-0, 8 knockouts, takes on Wendy Toussaint, 16-3, 7 knockouts. Earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to Wendy Toussaint, guy who's been in there with a lot of emerging fighters. And again, this Friday night takes on Joseph Hicks, and this is how it sounded. Now joining me is Wendy Toussaint, who takes on Joseph Hicks, the undefeated fighter, this Friday night at Turning Stone Resort Casino, Verona, New York. As far as the Salida Promotions Hall of Fame weekend up in Verona, New York. Wendy, how you doing tonight?
Feeling good, feeling good. I'm excited, feeling good.
Talk about this fight. We'll get into your mindset. I mean, you don't care who you fight. I mean, you go down your resume, you'll fight anybody at any time. Joseph Hicks obviously is a undefeated guy, big time amateur fighter. Talk about this fight coming up on Friday night.
This for this fight, for Friday night, I'm very excited about this fight, and I this fight is a little bit personal for me because I remember what they did to me. So believe me, I'm not coming to win on paper. I'm gonna make sure that nobody can deny me.
I don't know what you if you want to talk about what does that mean? What they did to you the last time?
Well, I didn't know if you were this fighting me against Andre at home on the zone when I get the code right here. That was like they robbed me because I was beating Andre at home, and then in Detroit, Michigan. And then this is the same promotion that did that, and then I never forget it. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that.
You're returning to a fight that happened, I guess, 4 fights ago. Your fight, technical decision. You're deducted a point for hitting behind the head, as I read here. I vaguely remember the fight, and it was very, yeah, it definitely was a controversial fight if I remember correctly. Now,
Exactly.
again, but I mean, this fight here, you fight a guy like Holmes. Before you fought Conwell, all these up and coming undefeated guys. Now Joe Hicks, you kind of, I don't know if you enjoy fighting these type of fights, but these just seem to be the fights that's going on with you.
I mean, I'm excited about this fight. I saw him fight. I don't see. I mean, he's just a fighter. You know how to throw a couple punch. And I'm excited. Let's see when you fight a guy like me. I'm different.
And obviously you're very experienced in there fighting all these tough fighters. What have you always had the mindset of wanting to just fight anybody, anywhere, anytime?
Well, it is boxing, especially when you're in my position. You gotta take this type of fight, and stay ready. I mean, I've been used to it. I'm used to it right now. It's like going to the gym. I'm going for sparring.
16-3 with 7 knockouts, and even a lot of your fights coming up, you're fighting guys with good records. Courtney Pennington was 7-0 at the time. Anthony Gangemi 4-1. Sadiq Muhammad 4-1. I mean, you were fighting real tough fights and win over Isaiah Jones, who was 9-2 at the time. Travis Gambadella 7-2, 15-4. Asana Byfield. I mean, you just and then a couple fights ago, you go all the way over to South Africa. You gave a great account of yourself. Lost very close to Koopman. And talk about that experience to fight in South Africa.
I mean, that was I mean, one thing I know about I learned about this when you go into another country when it's far like that is the timing, is when you leave. You cannot live just 1 week. You can so I didn't know the timing. I was thinking I can just go, I go there and get ready, but you maybe gonna need like a 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna say that like that because you got used with the weather, the time is changed. So it's a little trick that you have to learn. But even that, I was strong anyway. It was a tough fight, but I still 10 round. It was a good fight. And the crazy thing, he just lost a fight anyway. He just lost a fight. I think yesterday.
I did not see that fight that you had with him, but based on the scores, it was very close. Was that a fight that you thought that you probably should have had your hand raised that night?
Well, you know, when you're fighting at somebody's backyard, you gotta knock him out. You know, you gotta be you gotta do the extra work. And it was a good boxing, but I feel like, you know, I didn't do the extra work.
Yeah, sometimes I use the line when you go to another one's country. Sometimes you have to knock the guy out just to get a draw. You know, sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, fighting on Hall of Fame weekend, probably a lot of the Hall of Famers, a lot of the greats of boxing are going to be at the fight. You know, have you thought about that? You know, you're gonna, you know, some of the greatest fighters who've ever been there will probably be watching you in attendance on Friday night.
Yes. I mean, this is a very good opportunity. I'm excited for, you know, and then I can't wait to show my skill and what type of violence that I can bring.
Hicks, obviously, we mentioned he was an accomplished amateur, but hasn't fought the type of guys that you fought in the pros. You think your experience is going to come into play in this fight? Your professional experience, especially like you say, you just mentioned you went over to South Arabia. You have even just 19 fights. You have a ton of experience in there.
I mean, you know, you know, my experience, of course, is a lot. You know, and like I said, for this fight right here. I'm just gonna be on him. You know, you know, everybody gonna see me keep coming. You know, I'm gonna be on him, really on him.
So you're just as soon as I mean, you don't care that you're giving your game plan away. As soon as that first bell rings, you're gonna be right in the face of Joseph Hicks.
I mean, you know something, and then when you're there and try to do something and try to block me, or it mean nothing. I mean, I've been there before. I'm really meaning. If I say I'm coming, I'm coming.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we let you go to talk to the fans out there?
I want to tell the fan that there's gonna be an exciting fight. I want to take him out. You know, I want to stop him because this fight is personal, and I'm coming like I wanna get my revenge. And I know the judge. You know, I'm gonna be the judge for this fight. I'm gonna be the judge. I'm gonna be the judge.
These are the two judges you're bringing, correct?
Here we go. There we go.
Thank you, Wendy. Say real quickly, where can fans see you on social media? How can they find you?
Wendy Toussaint. It's easy. Wendy, just have to Google my name, or I'm easy to find. Wendy Toussaint. Everything is Wendy Toussaint.
Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine yards.
Instagram, Facebook, yeah, everything. Yep.
Well, we wish you best of luck on Friday night. We'll be watching. Looking forward to seeing you. It sounds like you're bringing it on Friday night. That always makes for a tremendous fight for the fans. We wish you best of luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There you have it. There you have it back. Wendy Toussaint joining us earlier this week. So let's get back here to what else we have coming on. We like I said, a lot going on this weekend. Like I said, nothing too big. But Friday night in Houston, DAZN, again on DAZN, they keep doing this, these competing cards with each other. Antonio Perez, 10-0 knockout, 10-9 knockouts. Very good young prospect out of Harrisburg, PA. Takes on Alex Martin, the veteran, 18-7, 6 knockouts out of Chicago. That will be live on DAZN. I talked to Antonio Perez earlier this week, and this is how it sounds.
Now join me on the line is undefeated junior welterweight, super lightweight Antonio Perez, who takes on Alex Martin this Friday night on Red L Boxing live on the Zone. Antonio, what's happening?
No, not much. Just getting ready for Friday. That's all.
We're taping this. We're about 4 days out from this fight. Alex Martin, the grizzled southpaw veteran out of Chicago. How are you feeling about this fight?
I'm super ready. It's been almost a year since I've been out of the ring, so I'm just excited and ready to show what I'm here for. That's all.
Yeah, it's what was it? Like you said, almost a year. It's going to be literally a year. You fought June 7th last year. This fight's going to take place on June 6th. Talk about Alex Martin. He's a guy. He's been in there with a lot of guys that we've seen in there. You've probably seen a bunch of his fights over the past handful of years. As he's like I say, he's been in with some high profile names. What are your thoughts on him?
Honestly, I've only seen like one fight of his, and he had got knocked out in that fight. So I don't know really too much of him. I see that he's a vet, but from the one fight that I watched, I already seen too many mistakes. So that's all I needed.
Your last fight, you scored a very decisive victory over also undefeated Antonio Bang Williams. A fight that I don't know. You feel like you may have snuck up on some people in that fight. A lot of people were touting him, and you feel like you kind of snuck up on him a little bit in that fight.
Yeah, I definitely felt like when I was going into the fight, I felt like more so I was B side. Everybody on paper it said I was A side, but realistically I was definitely B side. I came in there way less experience. He's been in the game way longer than me. He has more pro fights than me. He had double the pro fights that I had at that time, and him being with Adrian Broner and all of those people. I just came in there honestly the B side, but I came out and did what I had to do.
Uh, how much I know? Got to know you a little bit as I broadcasted the fight. You're a confident guy to begin with, but how much more confidence does that give you that not only the win, but you won pretty much every round on every scorecard. You got the knockdown in round one. Almost got him out there in the first round as well.
That was
Yeah,
the ninth round.
ninth round. I'm sorry. You almost got him out of there. As he staggered back to the ropes, kind of at the end of the round. How much more confidence did that give you?
Man, every single fight, I just try to get better, and I trained really hard for that fight, especially because we were supposed to fight before, and like I said, I knew I was coming in as the B side, so I definitely trained hard, and every single fight, I come back and I see what I messed up on and what I had to work on, and just becoming uh, international champion, Fecker box champion. You kind of have to put yourself in that mindset, and you have to elevate your game a lot more, because now once you start winning belts, no matter how little or how big they are, you're on the map, because those are entry levels to fighting for that world champion belt. So you have to kind of put yourself at that mindset where this isn't the this is nothing to where I'm gonna be, but I have to work harder to be where I want to get, and
This is
just with that mindset.
the fight with Williams was a big fight. What, like we mentioned, Martin's a good veteran guy who's been in there. This is, I guess, the next biggest fight for you. Plus, you get to share the card, and we'll talk to Angel, maybe your twin brother tomorrow. How's it feel? And he's fighting in a tough fight against a guy who believes like 7-1. You guys are both fighting tough fights on the same card. Is that a pretty cool experience, or you guys can be worrying about each other while each in the ring, or
No, we don't never worry. This is
I mean,
nothing new for
you
us.
not I don't want you maybe worried, but it's your twin brother. You'll be while he's fighting. You'll be focused on him while you're fighting. He'll be focused on you, etc. Is that a plus and a minus to fighting on the same card?
Um, Not really, because even though we're fighting on the same card and we are brothers, we're both individually on our own paths. Like, it's just like back when we were younger, and literally there'll be times where we'll be fighting at the same time at a national tournament. It's like we can only be there for each other so much. So we just do as much as we can with each other through training camp, and we leave the rest in God's hands, and that's all.
Recently the Klitschko's, the Charlos, they came up the ranks together. They were fighting the world title fights at the same time. Is it pretty cool to kind of both be on the same, kind of come up the ranks together? That you do. I mean, I think one of the plus sides of all this, you have someone to talk to. You have someone who knows exactly what you're thinking. You know what he's thinking. You know what he's going through on a daily basis. How he's preparing. Is that someone that someone so close to you can bounce these thoughts, these ideas, these feelings off while you're going through it together?
Yeah, definitely. Me and my brother, we actually even live together. So like, we drive to the gym together. We come home together. We push each other in the mornings, before work, after work. We're here in the mornings before. Like, it's just a lot of work that we put in together, and obviously we're together so much. We talk so much, so he knows what I'm going through, or I know what he's going through. But we just motivate each other.
Looks like you're in Harrisburg now.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice day today in Harrisburg, huh?
Well, this is yeah.
So this fight's at 140 pounds. The fight versus Williams was 135. Is 140 the new weight for Antonio Perez, or is
No,
this
no,
just
no. Just for this fight, I was originally supposed to fight another guy. I'm not gonna say no names. His last fight, he knocked out one of the top ranked fighters. So, but he didn't want the fight. So
people can try to double check through BoxRec and figure that all out.
yeah, they can figure that out on
That
themselves.
may be. You're just going to 140 for the opportunity, the exposure to fight on the zone, fight on Red Out Boxing.
Yes, sir. And then we're going back down to 35.
There's a lot of good action at 35. You mentioned Top Rank, Keyshawn Davis fighting this weekend as well. Ray Murataya just won a world title. Even though you've only had about 10 fights, how many fights away do you think you are from maybe say, you know what, I should be in line to get a title shot?
Honestly, I'm not rushing towards the title shot, but I'm not. If the opportunity comes, of course I'm going to go after it. I would say realistically, I want to say within these next 8 to 10 fights. Within.
The 135 division, and I'm sure I'm going to leave some names out, but like I said, I just mentioned Davis and Murataya, Abdullah Mason, yourself there. First of all, have you fought any of those guys in the amateurs? You guys are all no.
No, those are all different age groups.
Okay, but all young guys, and it looks like the 135. And at some point, I'm sure you're going to be a 140 pounder at some point in your career.
Yeah,
These divisions look like they're in good hands with fighters like yourself
yeah.
and the other guys that I've just mentioned.
Mhm.
And also that looks for some great opportunities for you once you get yourself in line. Is that the way you're looking at it?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to get a little more active, and then I'm down to fight whoever.
There you have it. What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you this Friday night? Alex Martin, the opponent, live on Red Out Boxing on the Zone.
I just want to say, appreciate everybody for coming out and tuning in, and just make sure you don't blink Friday night.
There you have it. Enjoy the weather, by the way. It looks nice out there. I'm sorry I
Yes,
got you off the beach or wherever I got you from. I
sir.
mean,
You're good.
looks like
It looks nice, but it don't feel that nice. It's only like 70 out here.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Better
Go
in Houston. We'll
go
be
up
in
north
Houston
where it's
soon.
like 40 now. So there you have it. Antonio Perez, thank you for a few minutes of your time. We'll talk to you along the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Bye bye. We are back here, Antonio Perez. Next up, we have, let's see here. Got to get back to the notes. Like I said, a lot of stuff going on. Saturday night in Norfolk, Virginia. Keyshawn Davis, 13-09 knockouts, defends the WBO lightweight title against Edwin De Los Santos, 16-2, 14 knockouts. Also on the card, Yuri Cedeno, good-looking middleweight prospect, 11-0, 10 knockouts. The co-feature, Abdullah Mason and Jeremiah Nakatia in a lightweight battle. Saturday in England, Fabio Wardley, 18-0, 17 knockouts, take on Justice Uni in a battle of young, undefeated heavyweights. That will be on the zone Saturday afternoon. The winner of the fight will take a real big leap in the heavyweight division. Saturday night in Orlando, Florida, Beatrice Ferreira, 6-0, 2 knockouts, defends the IBF lightweight title against Maria Inez Ferreira, 11-0, 6 KOs. Saturday at historic Fenway Park. That's going to be a pretty cool sight. Thomas O'Toole, 13-0, 9 knockouts, takes on Vaughn Alexander, 19-10, 2. That fight will also be on the zone. Saturday in Newtown, Pennsylvania. I'll be behind the mic to see former IBF lightweight champion Mickey Bay, 25-3, 13 knockouts, take on Oscar Escandone, 27-2, 18 knockouts. And also Saturday in San Antonio, ProBox TV as Michael Angeletti, 13-0, 8 knockouts, take on Eros Correa, 15-1, 9 knockouts. Also on that card will be Justin Pauldo, good-looking junior welterweight prospect, 18-2, 9 knockouts, takes on the former world title challenger Juan Carlos Burgos, and I had a chance to speak to Justin Pauldo earlier this week. Now joining me on the line is a junior lightweight Justin Pauldo, who takes on the veteran Juan Carlos Burgos this Saturday Night Live on ProBox. Justin, what's happening?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, and I'm happy to be on.
Thank you for a few minutes of your time. So we taped this a couple days out from this fight with the veteran and multi-time world title challenger Juan Carlos Burgos. How you feeling about this fight a couple days out?
I'm feeling great. I had a great camp, and I'm excited to be stepping in the ring against a guy who's fought for world titles, a guy who's been in the ring with other great fighters. So this is another challenge, and it's an excellent opportunity for me to go out and prove myself and show where I belong at in the lightweight division.
Well, it's funny you say a guy who's fought a lot of great fighters, been like 3 or 4 times has fought for the world title. You're coming off a fight, maybe your best win of your career, where you actually defeated a former world champion in Rakimov. Talk about that fight and the kind of confidence it gave you.
That was a great fight, and I've been confident from the beginning. So I already knew what I could do heading into that fight, and that was a great victory for me. Put me on the map, and got a lot of eyes on me now. But the main thing is for me is just to remain focused and keep my head down, keep working hard, and push through and dominate whoever's put in front of me.
For some of the fans who may not have seen you fight, tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of what kind of fighter is Justin Pauldo?
Well, I'm a mean fighter first off, and I'm a great counter puncher. I can punch in both hands. I'm quick. I'm athletic. I think I can do a little bit of all. I can stand in the pocket and bang. I can box. But when you go out and watch me fight, you're gonna look forward to seeing an entertaining fight. You're gonna see a great fight. You're gonna see fish flying.
Your 2 defeats have been by split decision. I don't recall seeing them. I would imagine these are fights that I'm sure you thought that you won. Is that the way you look at it?
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the judges saw what they saw, and I saw what I saw. So I don't cry over no spilled milk. I let those fights make me better and keep pushing forward.
Do you, because of the closeness of those 2 fights, you look at yourself as an undefeated fighter?
Absolutely. I've never been beaten in my mind.
So talk about the 130-pound division. I mean, is 130 or 135 is where you're going to campaign at?
135. Like,
there's a lot of stuff going on in 135. Is a world title fight this weekend with Keyshawn. There's Tank. There's Shakur. How far away do you feel you are from kind of getting in that mix?
I think any day now. As long as I keep winning in dominant fashion and keep rising the rankings, maybe in the next year, maybe even less. You can see me facing one of those guys, and that's what I look forward to. That's the goal, is to be up there with the big dogs. Those are the guys on top of the division. So that's where I want to be at. I want to challenge myself. I want to show the world just how good I am, and I know those challenges and those type of fighters will bring the best out of me, and I look forward to it.
And obviously, you know how this business works. A lot of it is, who you have behind you. You have a great team behind you with ProBox, as well as your management team with Fighters First, with Jolene Mazzone and Adrian Clark. People have been around the business for a long time. And obviously they feel that they have something special in you. Talk about, the team behind you.
First off, that's like the team I have is like family. A great team. I got a lot of smart pieces behind me, and I'm just happy with how they're moving me and the plan that they have for me. We're gonna continue to keep working hard, and I'm gonna follow that plan, and I'll be world champion soon.
And also part of that team is your Hall of Fame trainer, Ronnie Shields. I mean, it almost seems like with the names I just mentioned, you have, I live in Philadelphia, you have a champion team like my Eagles, my Super Bowl. You have a real championship team behind you.
Absolutely, I believe I have one of the best teams in boxing behind me right now. And as long as I do my part of working hard and remaining focused and dedicated to the sport of boxing and listening, I will be a world champion.
I know you're from Florida originally, but going down to Houston, I'm sure Ronnie's got a lot of high-end fighters training next to those type of guys. That must bring the best out of you. And who you constantly in the gym with?
Right now I'm constantly in the gym with a lot of great fighters. Young up and coming fighters, as in like Andres Katz and David Morrell. So I see these guys on a daily basis, and all of these guys, we all push each other. All these guys are hungry. Everybody's trying to get to that next level and be the best version of themselves that they can possibly be. So it's a great environment. It's a great stable. It's a brotherhood.
How long have you been with Ronnie?
I've been running about 9 years.
9 years. So I mean, you've seen it all, seen and done it all. With like you said, world champions, contenders, and
Seen a lot of people come, a lot of people go. I've been around a long list of champions, and got to get knowledge from those guys and just gain experience from being in the gym with them.
How much, combined with your ability, how much of the knowledge, not only from Ronnie, but these terrific fighters that you're in the gym with, rubbing shoulders with, how much does just learning that knowledge add to your game?
I think it adds a lot, and I think a lot of that experience and knowledge showed in my last fight, where I went out and I was able to do something that people wasn't expecting of me because they didn't know I had it. But I got a lot of experience in the sport of boxing. Like I say, I've been boxing since the age of 8, and I've been around a long list of champions and trained with them and learned from them. So I think my knowledge and my smarts and my IQ of the boxing game will continue to show as I move up the ladder.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you on Saturday night, taking on the veteran, the multi-time world title challenger, Juan Carlos Burgos, live on ProBox TV?
Tune in to ProBox TV and watch Justin Pauldo put on an excellent performance. I thank all of you guys. Continue to support me. It's going to be an excellent show come Saturday night.
The fans out there, they want to drop you a note on social media. Where they find you?
I'm on social media at Justin Pauldo.
There you have it. Quick and easy. Justin Pauldo, we wish you best of luck. We will definitely be watching Saturday night, and we'll talk to you along the way.
Thank you.
There you have it, Justin Pauldo, who takes on Juan Carlos Burgos on Saturday night. Couple news items, couple unfortunate deaths to report. Former 3-division world champion and boxing Hall of Famer Mike McCallum passed away in Las Vegas at the age of 68. Terrific fighter. He was in there with everybody between junior, middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight. In the 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, tremendous fighter, the body snatcher Mike McCallum, who got in the Hall of Fame in the last couple of years. So condolences out to his family, and also the the father and trainer of Leo Santa Cruz and Jose Santa Cruz and the Santa Cruz fighting. Jose Santa Cruz, who's been battling cancer for quite a few years, he passed away with his family by his side over the weekend. And last but certainly not least, just before we start taping, we got word that Vasily Lomachenko, the 3-division world champion, one of the greatest amateur fighters ever, 2-time Olympic gold medal winner. He was 18-3, 12 knockouts. He announced his retirement from boxing. He's been battling, I think, some back injuries last little bit. Some fights were rumored, maybe Tank Davis, and he had to put it off because of some injury. And he also, the what's going on in Ukraine. He's been very much involved with that, with the war with Russia, which was very near and dear to his heart as well. But he was a tremendous fighter. Tied for the record, won a world championship in just his 3rd fight. And then he became a 3-weight world champion in just 12 fights. So best in his retirement to Vasily Lomachenko. Accomplished everything that, 2 Olympic gold medals, 396-1 as an amateur, 3-time 3-division world champion. Tremendous boxing career from Vasily Lomachenko. I'd like to thank our guests, Wendy Toussaint, Antonio Perez, and Justin Pauldo. We'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us on the Boxing Hour with Marc Abrams.